Welcome, you guys. Oh, today is a really exciting day. You guys, there's nothing like being able to make the big announcement of what in the world has
Yeah.
Joanne been planning. And I haven't been doing it alone. I've been doing it with some of my favorite people, Michael Gibbon and Georgina Green. And we have been putting together an incredible event for you that's really going to take your tutoring business to the next level. Whether you are looking to be able to increase how much income you make from your tutoring, or you're looking for ways to supplement your money and be able to have multiple streams of income, you are going to learn all of these strategies at our next event. So let me introduce you guys first to Michael Given. Michael, woo!
Hello,
Hello, thanks for
everybody.
joining
Today's the
me.
day. I'm doing great. How are
Yay!
you? Hope everybody's doing
Fantastic.
well as well.
I
Great.
know. So tell us a little bit about who you are.
Sure thing. So I'm Michael, and I started out as a teacher and then transitioned into tutoring in 2010. And it was a journey to really establish a tutoring business, a lot of pitfalls, a lot of things going on, just learning the journey. And after several years, it grew. And then I transitioned into adding coaching as well into the business because I was like, I really want to help other teachers and tutorpreneurs with their journeys, and just provide them with that roadmap because,
Wow.
why not help what we can? So that's a
I
little bit about
know.
myself. Yeah.
Awesome. Yay. And I'm Joanne Kaminsky, and I have been, I was in the teaching world for 10 years and I left the school system, and tried to figure out, because my kids were really little at that point in time. I was trying to figure out how can I be, a really present mama and still do what I love to do. And I had no idea how to make that work with teaching. In fact, I was really burnt out from teaching. I was really burnt out from the system itself. And so I actually tried 5 other businesses before I started my own online tutoring business. I failed at all of them, but all of those businesses gave me a lot of the background knowledge I needed in order to succeed with my online tutoring business. Because one of the reasons I was failing at those other businesses is because my heart and my passion weren't in them. Once I moved on into the whole like online tutoring and really marketing my services and all of that, that was when like I felt like I began to become alive again. And I was really excited about the work that I got to do with the students that I worked with, not have to worry about the curriculum that the school gave us or told us we needed to use. I could really start teaching based off of the professional development I had been given my entire life and paid for through college and all of those experiences that I had to help students in the best ways that I knew possible. And as I was going through that process, I was getting lost, I was getting confused, I was getting frustrated, because we think when we become an online tutor that all we have to do is be really good at teaching. And we don't really take into consideration the business and the marketing and all of that side of it in order for people to know that we even exist and that we are doing well. So that was a part that I struggled with. And there weren't a lot of people to show me what to do and how to do it. I had worked with some other coaches, but those coaches weren't really familiar with the tutoring industry. And so it was still like, even though I was working with coaches who could tell me what to do, it was still like taking spaghetti and throwing it in the wall and just like hoping everything worked. And I was just
Mhm.
finally done with hope marketing. And as soon as I figured out all of the systems that I put into place, I'm like, I want to be able to help other tutors so that they don't have to walk through the same pitfalls. And it's so funny because every time I talk to new tutors, they share the same experiences with me of the things that they're struggling with or the mistakes that they have made. And so my goal is to help people to skip the line so you don't make those mistakes and you can just have a successful business much quicker than I did. I kind of see it similar to Michael. I just recently got the TSA approved pass for the airport. Okay, so
Oh,
y you know how I went on
the next.
vacation last week? It's spring break, right? You can
Yeah,
imagine what the flights looked like.
that helps. Yeah.
Huge lines, right? We just walk right on into the Milwaukee airport, right? We're walking, we've got our carry-on luggage, all excited, and we look at all those people standing in line. And I tell you, there's probably about 500 people standing in that line. We walk on up to the TSA approved line, walk right on through. Didn't even have to take our shoes off or anything. We just put our stuff through and we walked like through. We're like, oh my gosh, like there's somebody who just was like getting in line and they're still at the back of the line at this point. And we had already
Yeah,
gotten to the front,
exactly. So exactly, and how great is it that you can, tutors, you can have a chance to bypass that line, get
right?
into the get into that Nexus or TSA approved line, go through, bypass, and learn the steps so that you don't have to worry so much about the pitfalls because the stress and anxiety of that is going to detract from growing your business.
It does. And then you don't know what to focus on. Like you know that you have this long to-do list, but you don't know what to focus on first. You get disorganized and you get confused, you get lost. And that's where we come on in to save the day. Here we come to save the day.
I'm going to let your listeners have your vocals. Mine are like a cat on a chalkboard on the best of days. So we're
Uh, well, we may still have some people that are not wanting to listen anymore and have tuned out. So it's all good. It's all good. We
oh, we
we
don't
love you
want
and
to hit
appreciate you.
zero, so I won't even pipe up,
I
But
love it.
yeah, and we have some great stuff to share about the upcoming conference that's going to be on April 21st and 22nd. It is the Skyrocket Conference, Your Income, 50 Proven Ways that you as tutors can earn more money.
That's right.
And it was a big thing. Like, I know we all, like Georgina, Joanne, and I, the three of us were talking about it and talking about how can we help tutors? Because a common thread that I know we all three of us felt in our businesses when we started. We hear about it from other tutors. We hear about it from other coaches, networking. We hear it all the time. How can I make more money for my business? I'm not making where I want to be in my business. What can I do to help grow my tutoring business? And I'm feeling a little stuck. Let's help you get unstuck. That's where this, it kind of like, it clicked. It was like, well, we could introduce a whole bunch of ways that you as tutorpreneurs can monetize your business, learn from those who have done it and have proven that it works, make that income, lower your stress so you can have an efficient, well-oiled machine to make money for your tutoring business and reduce your anxiety and thrive.
Yeah.
And that's where Skyrocket came to be. It was like, we want to put together an event that's going to help tutors everywhere with monetizing your business, and at the same time, not making it something that's overwhelming or an arduous process, but rather something that's going to be, you find what's going to work best for you, and you can put together something amazing and
Yeah.
impactful.
Yeah, it's awesome, you guys. And so we have really have an incredible lineup of people that are here, and I'm going to give you guys a sneak peek at the website where you get to sign on up, and then um, Beth is going to put into the link the Beth is going to put on inside of the link. Let's go here. There we go. Beth is going to put inside of the link the URL for you guys to join us. This is a free conference, you guys, okay? So, this is hosted by Georgina, Michael, and myself, and it's a 2-day summit where you get to discover 50 innovative, profitable techniques to supercharge your tutoring business and maximize your earnings. We have speakers, you guys, that have been featured on all of these different platforms. There was even more, we
Yeah.
just couldn't, like, add them all on there. There were just so many of them of where these, speakers have been featured, which is absolutely incredible, but I'm gonna be talking about the YouTube money-making blueprint and how to create and monetize a successful channel. We've got Mara Cawthon, who is gonna be coming in to speak again, talking about from freebie to full course, and, oh my gosh, I've already heard her session. It is so good. I was already able to take different pieces from it to apply to my business already. So, really great stuff because some of these things are things that you can increase your income with your tutoring business, and some of them are related to your business or a little like supplemental to your business. So, creating courses can kind of fit, right? You can be creating courses and those kinds of things for your clients and be selling those in addition to all the other things that you do as well. We got Liz Wilcox, who's going to be talking about how she turns her followers into customers with email. And I know email is a big thing that a lot of people kind of like skip the line on. They're like, "No, I don't wanna do email." But I gotta tell you guys what ChatGPT email is a whole heck of a lot easier now, but you're gonna get to hear, Liz Wilcox, who is the number one guru on this. Can't wait to be able to chat with her. I'm actually gonna be taping her session tomorrow. And Michael, tell us a little bit about what you're gonna be doing.
Sure. So I'm going to be talking about the 5 top tips to become a networking superstar. So I'm going to be sharing with you some of the key items or key ingredients that you need for networking with other business professionals, as well as networking with other business professionals, specifically who work with your niche, and how you can work together to partner up and in turn make all these new connections and see your business grow exponentially in terms of income. I know for myself, it was an absolute game changer. It doubled the income of my tutoring business just by learning.
Mm.
And it's a process, I'm just excited to share that with all of you because it's like it really truly worked for me, and it was a game changer.
You guys, it's still working for him. Look, we've collaborated together on this event, right? That didn't
Yeah.
happen from, just hoping that the 2 of us would get connected, right? Michael reached out to me and we began chatting. We began realizing that we had so much in common. And even though we work with a very similar audience, there's still so much that we can do together that is incredible. And at the end of the day, be able to help the people that we serve. And I think that is the huge thing about this. It's so much more important to think about this entire world of online as not as everybody is your competition, but the people that collaborate with other people are the people that are going to win. And so that's what I love about this is he's going to be sharing with you who do you collaborate with? Who do you connect with, right?
And wonderful Gemma Zoe Smith and myself and Georgina was an incredible facilitator for this. Was that whole question: does hiring tutors equal greater income for your business? And
Mm,
sounding yes. If that's and it's a great method for scaling your business and increasing your profit. And we're going to be going over just some of those absolute key communication skills and things to look for when you're bringing people on, so that when you're onboarding tutors, yeah, you're feeling confident about it, you're feeling ready to do so. And we want to help with some of those potential pitfalls that can come up, because hiring tutors is a brand new arena from being a solopreneur. It brings on a whole new host of rewards and wonderful opportunities, also a whole new set of challenges and new skills to take on. But it's
yeah.
exciting, and it does pay back dividends in many different wonderful ways.
Yeah, I love that. And, I've had so many people actually requesting my services. I can't even fulfill them all. And I've begun adding on, begin growing my own team. So I'm excited to see where this journey kind of leads me. And is this something I continue to do? But yeah, it is exciting all the things that are open to us. And, sometimes we let those challenges get in the way of trying something. 'Cause we're
Mhm.
like, "Oh, but now I'm gonna have to just manage my business and I won't be able to tutor," and that just isn't true. Like, you could still tutor the hours that you want to be able to tutor. Um, you just are gonna have to also put aside some hours for managing then your business and be able to work through those things. So I'm so excited that we're able to do this, and you guys have seen a little bit of a sneak peek. What do you feel, Michael, makes this conference unique and different from the other events in the tutoring industry?
Well, I think what makes it unique, Joanne, is that, in addition, it is a global conference, but what's unique about this global conference is we're really focusing everything on how you can optimize your earnings, how you
Mhm.
can make the most income for your business in a variety pack of different ways. And if you come to the both days of this conference, you get to pick what's going to be the best, what's going to be your secret sauce, what's going to be that wonderful set of ingredients that's going to make your business as successful financially as possible.
Yeah.
Because there's so many different ways, different techniques you're going to learn, and you get the great chance to take what you learn and put together your winning system for your business. Because everybody's going to have different goals, different ideals for growing your business, and this opportunities here for you.
Yeah.
And it's free. How amazing is that? It's there.
Yeah. It's free, and, this is all about I'm gonna sing again, I don't know why, I guess I'm in a singing mood. Money, 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 money! This is all about the money, right? Like, look, I know that as a teacher or as a tutor, you think, "Oh, I just teach because I love kids, it's not about the money." Look, honey, you have to make money. Like, if you want to be able to do this and not have to go back to another job, you have to make money at it, right? If this was a volunteer position for you, I get it, cool. If you're a doctor and you just wanna volunteer and help some kids out, cool. And
Yeah.
I do things for volunteering too. I pack up food for people in other countries. We've got the big school that we're building in Guatemala. Like
Mhm.
those are we don't volunteer our main services because then we
Yeah.
don't have anything to give later on, right? Like we have to be able to give from abundance versus giving from depletion. And if we're giving away our services, we're not charging enough for our services, you become down on yourself. You start thinking that this isn't something that I can do. And we're here to pick you up and be like, oh no, there are ways that you can make more money doing what you love and
Yeah.
and and just feel so grateful every single day that you wake up that you get to do this again instead of feeling like on Sunday night. Remember those Sunday nights when you had to go into the school system? Did you have that sinking feeling in your stomach like I did?
The drive up to the school, I was just like, I love working with students, but oh gosh, there's going to be so much just bureaucratic stress was just, and also the feeling of loneliness, I think was really big. And just, oh my gosh, how am I going to help all these students? And what can I do?
Yeah.
And feeling very overwhelmed constantly, and tutoring completely changed that. And I agree with what you're saying as well, Joanne, that of course we all try to give back in our own ways, but with your business you want to make sure that you're taking care of yourself, your clients' needs, your other tutors, and then you can start to really go into how can you help, like on a maybe a freer service or lower tier service or whatever you're offering for families. Then you can really
Yeah.
go and reach out and not have that stress of the financial lean.
Yeah. And we've got Georgina. Hello,
Woohoo!
Georgina.
Yes,
How are we
hello.
doing? You okay?
Oh,
Good.
so
How are
glad to have
you?
Brilliant.
you, Georgina. So tell everybody, Georgina, who you are.
Hello. My name is Georgina, and I have a tuition company called Green Tutors, focused on STEM tuition, because my background is in science, and I really love talking about how the world works with students and encouraging them to
Yeah.
develop that passion for learning too.
Oh, I love this. So, you know what I just
So,
realized? We have a math tutor, we have a reading tutor, and we have a science tutor. Like, that is so cool. Because a lot of times people saying, well, this conference isn't going to be right for me, Joanne, because I don't teach reading. Or this conference isn't going to be right for me because I teach blank, fill in the blank with whatever, right? But you've got perspectives from people who are teaching all different subjects and focus in on that. And I think that's so cool and something that's unique that we're kind of bringing to this conference is this isn't just being held by one person. This is a team of people who have come together to do this. What excited you, Georgina, to take part in this conference?
I have learnt so much through being part of tutoring communities. I think for a long time when I started my business, it was very much about I had to try and figure stuff out by myself. And if I was asking questions or saying that I got stuck, I was admitting defeat. Or if I was sharing things with other people, then I was encouraging competition. And it's just not the right attitude because until I gave that up and started learning from other people who had done things and sharing with other people, and didn't really have that growth. It's the collaboration and the networking that makes a big difference. So I'm really excited to see how everyone gets involved and
Yeah.
shares.
Yeah. And I think this is the cool part too, is like the the three of us have like kind of had experience with hosting like different events, but we've never really come together as like a team of people to do that. And we were all saying like how much easier it was doing this with like a group of people versus taking on everything all on our own.
Yeah.
oh, 100%.
So,
It's
100.
making me think like this is going too smoothly. What have we forgotten? And like nothing.
right.
Nothing. It's all
Well,
happening.
exactly, because it's been really, I mean, and that's really the big thing of the power of collaboration. And coming to this event is going to be an opportunity, tutors, for you to have global collaboration, see things from so many different wonderful perspectives. And again, being able to take what you're learning from this event and putting together that elixir for you, what's going to work to help excel your tutoring business and make the most financially you can, and also, yeah, experience the most growth and the least amount of stress.
Yeah. And global. I mean, you're not kidding here. I'm in the United States. Michael is in Canada, and Georgina is over in the UK. So, I mean, like, we're just like global, even in the hosting piece of it. This is nothing that could have happened 10 years ago, right? Like, none of us would have ever
Yeah.
imagined this, even like 10 years ago, even happening, that you could organize event with somebody from, a completely different, country, and put
Yeah.
something together that's going to serve tutors from all over the world, all walks of life, no matter what stage of their business that they are at. Just so amazing. And Tutorbird is sponsoring this event, you guys. So Tutorbird, I mean, God, they are so gracious with really being able to support tutors. And they know that the information that each of us put out is such great information and supports tutors, that they wanted to get on board and be the sole sponsor. What are some of the things that you guys love about Tutorbird?
Well,
Well,
oh, sorry, go ahead, Georgina.
carry on, you carry on.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say one of the things I've really enjoyed about Tutorbird is the fact that they have all that back end stuff taken care of, invoicing, auto invoicing, payments. Because one of the biggest things that I've noticed over time, I know other tutors in my group have noticed, is payments. I'm getting late payments. Payments aren't coming in. Payments I have to ask parents and nag parents and na. Tutorbird takes care of all that for you. They take care of all of that. You can put it on automatic. Then you can focus on growing your business and not worrying about all the, just all those little tiny emails and little nagging things. And I love it. And the support's incredible. They're always on the ball. They are offering help. They want to help you. And yeah, it's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's really intuitive. I love that. Obviously they have all this automation to save me hours of admin every month, but they have like really sensible features to make everything transparent for your customers as well. So I can see if on the day that I have a lesson with somebody, I can see if they owe me money, if they haven't paid for their lessons. They can see what they owe. They can change their schedule. They can join group sessions. Someone sends me a message while I'm in the supermarket, I can follow it up and just say, all of this information is in your portal.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so incredible. And I have the registration for each student that comes on in. It's set up on my website, and then I have all of those details right inside of Tutorbird. So all of their information is saved inside of there. It makes it easy. I don't have to be like, oh shoot, what is this person's number? What's that person's number? I don't have to go into like this different form and then like find their form. I can just go right on into Tutorbird. Boom, there it is. I know that tutors appreciate things being all in one. And I know one of the things that tutors have said to me, but Joanne, Tutorbird charges each month. He's like, if you only knew how much other companies charge for tools like this,
Mm,
you would be floored. I mean, the average is between $35 to $50 a month for a tool like this. And Tutorbird
mm.
is only $14.95. But you guys can get 3 months free by going to tutorbird.com/Joanne-Kaminsky. 3 months free. Take advantage of it. This is an incredible deal. Everybody who joins this conference gets the 3 months free. Everybody on this channel gets 3 months free. I mean, they are so gracious with helping you get set up. So they realize it's going to take you a little bit of time to kind of learn the tool. But once you learn the tool, I want you to think about imagining what it's like after the tool is set up. All of your payments going through without a problem, no late payments, unless a person's credit card expired or it got compromised. That's the only thing,
Yeah.
right? Um, all of your information for the entire month of how much you can project to make in this month and next month is figured out for you and calculated, so you can see that at a glance. Imagine all of your students being able to reschedule whenever they want to without having to go through this complicated process of emailing you, you emailing them, you giving them a time, and then now by the time that they emailed you back, that person is like, shoot, that time's already been taken, and then you guys suggest 2 more times and see if that'll work, back and forth. None of that has to happen anymore. Everything just works smoothly. Imagine that. Imagine taking 4 hours out of your time from figuring out your month-end numbers and where does my money have to go? Seriously, it's a game changer, and if you add tutors on, it only costs $5. Every time you add a new tutor on, it only costs an additional $5 a month. That's it. That's
Yeah.
insane.
And exactly. And it's amazing. Like yeah, exactly. With Tutorbird, when you're onboarding tutors, that can be a huge stress as well. Where do I put all the central materials? How are we going to keep a communication hub going? How are we going to do this and that? Tutorbird takes care of that.
It's all there.
So you're not running with dealing with texts and emails and this system and that system and 4 different systems of communication going at the same time. Streamline it so that you can just chill and not have to worry about all that extra stuff, and then build your business on other areas,
And it makes you seem so professional as well.
It
That's what
does.
I love, right? When you have all those systems in place and you can communicate those systems with everybody else, it has a very professional feel. Well, let's get back to the tutoring conference, you guys. Um, because I know that you guys want to learn more about what types of topics and those kinds of things that you are going to learn about. What are some things that you guys are most excited about in the conference? People learning about.
There was you were saying earlier about like how different the tutoring landscape is now compared to not even that long ago. Loads of the things that are in there are things that wouldn't even have been a concept fairly
Yeah.
recently. Like you're talking about chat GPT, that is like a big thing right now. There's
Yes.
so many questions I'm being asked about. I even had a student, a parent contacted me this week for tuition and said she's really cautious about having an online lesson because her son's really figured out chat GPT and he just puts all of his homework into it and gets it done for him.
And that's so yeah, and schools are gonna have to change. They're gonna be forced to change sooner than later on how they
Yeah.
educate and how they help kids learn. Because really that's what school is about. It's about how do we teach kids how to learn, not how can kids cheat through the system. And if they can cheat through the system, if that's a possibility now, that every kid in the world can cheat through the system, then we have to have different ways of assessing did they learn the material.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's plain and simple. That's all there is to it. So we have to now help them learn how to use this tool to be able to help them versus the other way around of banning it and saying you can't use it and all those kinds of things. And I created a course on this, and people that upgrade to VIP, I'm giving you that course. Anybody who upgrades to the VIP. So when you sign on up, we do have a VIP opportunity for you where you can get immediate access to some of the talks. As soon as they are recorded, they're going to be uploaded into the system, and you get to watch them before anybody else and be on top of that information, which I think is absolutely incredible. But then you also get
Yeah.
access to the replays for an entire year. You're going to get VIP courses that we're going to be sending you that are going to help you with learning more material than is even included in there. It's gonna be so awesome, you guys. It really, really is. I know a lot of people, they get a little kind of like, what do you mean I have to upgrade for a VIP and that kind of stuff. You don't have to. You can come join us live April 21st, 22nd. We are going to all be together. Michael, Georgina, myself, and a whole bunch of you guys. We're all going to be together. And you get to join us as we go through all of the content together. Where people are going to be asking questions. It's going to be like mad insanity of people asking questions, us answering those questions, and involving you guys and you guys getting to meet other people. It's going to be amazing for you guys to join us live. So many people get so much and they get so hyped up and so excited and they're rejuvenated for going back to work on Monday after they've attended something like this. And that's our big goal and our big hope is for you to dream big and see what you can accomplish. But for those of you guys that want the extra VIP experience where you get to have some special breakout sessions with some of the speakers and get to talk with them individually. Those of you that want those replays, those of you that you can't join us live that weekend, we are giving a paid option for that as well. A million
Yeah.
hours go into organizing an event like this.
Yeah.
And it
A
is a
million and
way as
one.
well for us to be able to make it worth our time as well for providing an event like this. So we wanted to throw on the extra value when it came to upgrading for it. So you're going to see lots of amazing things gifted to you throughout this whole process if you do decide to
Absolutely.
go VIP.
Yeah, and stay tuned for all the amazing things that are coming up for that as well, for the VIP and for the free option as well. We have lots of exciting updates coming up over the next couple of weeks of unfolding as we get ready, and also for those who might be a first-time tutor coming to the launch or somebody who's first time coming to a conference, because there might be some stress too about, oh my gosh, this conference is going to be all these people all over the world. What do I do? How do I, how do I act? What do I do? And I just thought I'd get, Joanne, Georgina, what are your thoughts on like first time conference goer? What do we do? We've all been there. So.
I love the VIP element for that because I mean I'm double win because like I don't know how many times I've signed up for a conference and the enthusiasm of when I've seen that it's available and then when it actually comes around I can't make it. I mean, you can watch all of the videos when you actually have that time available, but you can also kind of see all of the speakers and what's involved and have a think about what kind of questions you might like to ask and what discussions you want to have. So you're kind of halfway there before you actually get there.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. And I would say too, if this is like a first time, have a notebook. You're going to get a lot of free, create a binder for yourself. You're going to get a lot of people's free downloads that they are gifting. And they're going to be really useful things. But sometimes I feel like I need everything in one place. So grab a binder, and when there's something that you do want to download, print it off, put it inside of there, or keep a digital file on. If you're one of those people, you're like, nope, I want to be green. Yes,
Ah,
I wanna be green. I just got it. I wanna be
ah,
green. Create a little folder for yourself on your computer and put them all inside of there so you have them all in one place, and you can go back and revisit them when you want to. But I do find that sometimes when I have something physical staring at me, that I will go through that content more often than if I don't. So, just another kind of tidbit of advice there. And don't be afraid to share your video with people. I know so many new timers, they're so scared to turn on the video. They're just kind of sitting there and they're like, I don't really want people to see me. Just get yourself a little bit ready so that, I mean, if you want to be in your pajamas, you totally can, or be in your pajamas from the bottom down. Who cares? Nobody will know, right? And get your face looking the way you want it to look and turn on your camera because that is where the real networking happens. A lot of people think that the networking happens just by showing on up, and it can. It's a little harder though. You can have a picture of like your logo if you wanted to, but people don't network with logos, right? We network with people. So at least have your image of yourself uploaded so people can see that and know who they're talking to. Because that's going to make people feel just more comfortable about who you are. But when you turn on the camera and people get to really see you, that's where the magic happens because people are like, oh, I saw her at the conference. They'll remember you more because we remember faces as humans. That's what we do. Remember people's
and
faces.
absolutely. And going off that as well, as a first timer, it can be very intimidating to ask a question or put yourself out there. And, because I know when I was in school, I would always or a business event, I'd always get really nervous if someone was like, okay, Michael, what do you think? I'm like, but it's not a pressure cooker here for this event. Like you show up, if you have a question you want to share, pop it into the chat box. We're not going to like single you out or anything. Like you ask your questions, take it all in, network with other professionals, and don't be afraid to, afterwards reach out to us after the conference too. We're
Yeah.
here to help. Everybody, all the speakers are excited to share with you. And afterwards, just take time to reflect on what you learned.
Yeah.
Get to as many of those events over those 2 days as you possibly can, so you can really continue to hone and develop your networking skills and your business skills, and all at the same time reflect on what's working for you and what you want to develop and where you want to take your business next.
Yeah.
And take that wonderful reflection time and be good to yourself with that time.
Yeah. And I would say even for each of the speakers, for what they're talking about, create like a pros cons list for you. Because really what you're trying to decide is this something that's going to work for me? And we are all not going to have the same formula of what works for us. Now, the three of us have a somewhat of a similar formula. We do our own tutoring and we also coach tutors. All three of us do that. And so when you think about that, what is your formula going to be, right? I've also added in there YouTube. I've also added in there book sales, and I've added in courses and programs, right? That's not going to be everybody's formula. That's not going to be exactly the same. So you want to think about for yourself, what is my formula going to be? What is the pro of this? What is the con of this? And if you notice there are more cons on there, obviously, than there are pros, then you got to say no to that idea for now, right? It might be that as you're listening, all of a sudden you're thinking, this might be a good idea for later down the road. Great. Keep another separate notebook for yourself. It's separate from your note-taking one. This is called your Great Ideas Notebook. Your Great Ideas Notebook is where you share all those great ideas that you have, but now isn't the best time to implement it. That way, when you're ready to implement one of your great ideas, you can pull out that notebook and you don't have to feel like you forgot about that great idea. And now you can look at it with a fresh pair of eyes and say, oh, I do think that now it's time to implement this idea that I had. Because I think that when we get it all down on paper and we begin to hash it all out like that, and then we kind of put it aside if now's not the best time, that is a great way to prioritize what's important in your business right now versus becoming a ping pong ball or pinball. Pinball is a better example. Pinball, right? The pinball is like going ding, 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 ding. Anybody been there with their business? Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, never once.
Let me
It's
do this.
always a
Let me do
linear
this. Let
path
me
in
do this.
this world.
Oh, this will be fun. Let's do this. And then you're like, but Joanne, you've got like this going on right now. You can't do that right now. Like you can't give it your all if you do that, right? And we have to always be evaluating what is going to work, what isn't going to work, and you always have to remember, why are you doing this? For me, it's so I could always be a more present mom. If I'm always working, I can't be a more present mom. So I always have to take that into consideration as well. What are some of
Yeah,
the
that's good.
other resources or materials that people can expect to receive from the conference, aside from the live sessions and the recordings that they're going to get access to?
So in terms of a lot of our speakers have been very generous. For those who are attending, even if you're attending like free, you're going to still get, there's going to be different resources that different speakers have offered. We have some that have offered like how to create your Facebook presence. We resources on how to network, resources on how to, somebody is actually giving I think 56 modules, I think it was, or lessons, I believe somebody's offered that as well. So there's wonderful things there. And then for VIP, there's going to be, like Joanne was saying and Georgina was saying, there's going to be offers for courses. There's going to be offers for full books, like wonderful things that are going to help you grow your tutoring business. And that's really exciting.
Yeah, it is. It's so exciting that and we also have, I think the program book is going to be outstanding because it's not just going to be like, okay, here are the times of the speakers who's speaking and what they're talking about, but
Right.
it is going to give an outline of all 50 ways. Now, we don't have a speaker for all 50 ways. The booklet's going to cover all 50 ways, and everybody gets a copy of this booklet. We just felt that there were some ways that needed to be talked about in more depth than just a listing and a paragraph description. But some of them you will be able to figure out and be able to decide for yourself, could this be, what I want to do or not want to do? You can kind of go through that. And as you listen to speakers, you can use that booklet right all over it. If you open it up, if you decide to be green, you can open it up as a PDF and you can circle the things, on I always use Microsoft Edge because you can just use all of your stuff to write on any PDF inside of there. Or you can print it out and have it inside of that binder. And again, be taking notes directly on there.
Turning into a book. It's getting epic.
Pretty epic, pretty epic. This event is going to be epic. I'm really excited for people. I know when I hold impact is really about, let's talk about a little bit of the differences for me, what impact is. Impact is about, what are some specific teaching strategies that can help kids learn. We always talk about that on day 1. On day 2, we dive into what are some ways that you can get students and grow your business. And then on day 3, we talk about how can you grow it even more through doing group classes, hiring other tutors, and moving that way. The difference with this conference is that we're talking about ways that you can earn more money with your tutoring. And what are some additional things that you could throw in that you're kind of in alignment with your tutoring business that you could also be doing to earn more money. Like Georgina has, I bet a lot of you guys don't know this, but she actually has turned her home into an Airbnb.
Yeah,
And so
I was
she
having a
makes
great
money
time
through
documenting.
additional money through the rent that comes in through people who are Airbnb travelers. Uh,
Yeah,
yeah. So you
totally
guys are going to get to
random.
hear
I
about
love
that.
that there's stuff on there that's not like there's obviously the skills that you have with tutoring, and a lot of those are going to be shared skills that everyone will have in the tutoring world. But those skills can help you with completely different things that you could do to generate income without selling your time. And a lot
Yes.
of the stuff that's on that list is potentially using things that you've already created or that you already do in a different way. So it's not all going to be masses of extra work. I
Yeah.
love it.
I love it. I love it. And I think that's the thing, right? Because there's only so many hours in a day that we can sell.
Mm, yeah.
And so when we were in the school system, we were always limited by how much money we could make, right? It was kind of like, okay, you have this much experience, this much education, so this is as much money as you can make. And you were tapped out at that unless you got another job, right? And here you get that opportunity to be like, I don't have to tap out here. I could keep growing and growing and growing. I can do things that will add additional. I have one income stream brings in $10,000 a year and I don't do anything for it. It just keeps bringing in money.
Nice.
And it's
Yeah.
really, I mean, like you said, it's really you at this conference, people who attend, it's your chance to set up your own income calculator
Hmm.
and
Mhm.
not be capped by what someone perceives your value as, but you set the value for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's
Yeah. I
not
would
even
love,
about like making money for the sake of making more money. It's when you have resources that enable you to support more people without filling more of your calendar, you can support more people and you can do more things with your time. It's adding
mhm.
more value in different ways.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. And, you know, who can actually use more money though? Like, really? You know,
I
I always use
don't
more
think people
money.
generally object.
I don't think people are gonna yeah, I don't think so. I don't think they're gonna object to finding out new ways to earn more money, and I know for me, we're facing right now 3 kids in college and a wedding, and, you know, those are some pretty big expenses, to be able to take on, and, eh, you know, life is always happening regardless, and so, you know, the more the merrier, the easier your life can be. I'm gonna tell you, having more money has actually lessened the amount of stress that I have. And that is incredible. Like, my husband and I, when we used to go on vacation, he would be such a jerk on vacation, you guys, because he'd be so stressed out about money. So if we spent money going out to eat, he would be in a unhappy mood, which would totally ruin the time that we were having because it took a long time. It took me years to discover what was happening. What was happening was he didn't appreciate that when we went on vacation, it was just like we spent as if we had all the money in the world. And we didn't budget for it.
Yeah.
So we flipped it. We said, what if we budget for it and we say we have this much money on the vacation? And then when we spend money, we don't have to stress that we have that money. And when we flipped it, it was like all of a sudden, he turned in such to an incredible person to hang out with and spend time with without having all that extra like financial worries and stuff. Like financial stress is real, guys. And if you're feeling it right now, sign up because this
Mhm.
is going to alleviate some of that stress that you're experiencing.
Mm. It's really helpful to have to basically not have all your eggs in one basket. So if all your income relies on you selling tuition hours, that's really can be nerve-wracking when you're waiting for inquiries to come in. But if you have several different streams of income, it's like having multiple safety blankets.
It is.
It really is.
Yeah. And it feels amazing to be able to do that. And when you just see on your phone that next payment go through, boing, 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 coming through, you're like,
Yeah.
oh, yay.
Off of something
It,
that you created, and now people are buying into it. I love it.
yeah. Yeah, and it's so funny because as soon as I did that, I just saw, oh, Sharon Kennedy, she has upgraded to VIP. Yay. Rock
Oh,
on, girl. You're gonna get lots of great information that's gonna serve you and be able to help you with your business and be able to think bigger. Amazing. So I love it, you guys. And thank you guys who are watching us. What are you guys looking forward to? We would love to know from you guys in the chat. What are you looking forward to? I know Beth said she loves how this conference is. has people represented from all over the world and strategies that work for people all over the world. I know that's one of the biggest hindrances that people have of, will this really work for me and this kind of student that I have or the country that I live, those kinds of things. And yeah, it absolutely will. And if an idea doesn't settle with you, then you just don't go with it, right? You got to work with like what feels right in your heart
Yeah.
and what is going to be the next right fit for your business. So I know some people want to see a few more of, you want to get a bit more of a sneak peek at some of the other speakers that we have. And we have, if you take a look here, we've got Georgina is going to be talking all about the elements of a successful website. Why is a website important, Georgina?
It creates a professional brand image for you. If people can see you exist online, they are more willing to believe that you're a legitimate company. But given that most people find what they're looking for through Google, if they can't find you on there, they're going to find somebody else.
Yeah,
So you want
yeah.
to be the person that they find.
Exactly, exactly. So yeah, and that's where I love using SEO optimization to be able to get found by people from all over the world. And it allows me to work with people from Costa Rica. I work with people in Canada and the UK and just all over the world, Peru. And I didn't even realize how many people were in my like so close to my time zone too. That's been really cool. I have expats from all over the world finding me, and that's incredible. Just it opens up so many doors for you to be able to really enter this new
Mhm.
world and be able to do it. We've got Crystal talking about effective assessments and comparing one-to-one and group online classes. Vicky's talking about how to grow and smash an online membership in 2023. Uh, Gemma will be talking about how to boost your income in the holidays with booster courses and camps. So a lot of times, like our students start leaving and we're like, oh, well, so this is my downtime. Okay. And you have two choices at that point. Do you come up with another plan or do you sit there and just allow the universe to serve you up what you have? You've got choices. Lex is going to be talking about how you can get more referrals because I don't know about you, but as a tutor, I love being able to get more referrals. Right?
Mhm.
It's
Most
so
definitely.
amazing to get referrals. It's my favorite way to be able to get clients. Tim's going to be
Mhm.
talking about removing the middleman. So if you're still working for some of those other companies, how can you remove the middleman and really begin to build an ESL teaching business without having one of those other companies? Sammy's going to be talking about how to grow your business with a virtual assistant. We don't really ever think about our time as money.
Mm.
But sometimes there can be virtual assistants that can do some of the jobs we don't want to do. They can do them for us, and that can be really, really awesome.
Or just do them 10 times faster.
Exactly, exactly. Um, we're going to be taking a look at Kelly is going to be sharing how to find your dream students through Facebook without spending a fortune on ads. And this is just a starter, you guys. We have more that are even coming on out. So, I mean, really, really exciting stuff that you are not going to want to miss.
No.
So, if you didn't sign up yet, click the link in the description, sign on up. We want to be able to serve you and help you. And everybody who attends one of these conferences is just like blown away by how amazing it is. So just trust us, save the date, block off your calendar. Don't have any tutoring sessions that day. Like if you can move them, move them. And just hang out with us for 2 days. You'll get to sit back, relax, grab a coffee. Make sure to build in some bathroom times for yourself, so that
Oh yeah.
there are gonna be times where you just gotta do your own thing, right? You guys you guys can do your
You
own
do
thing
you.
when you need it. You do you, don't have to tell us, "Oh, I have to leave for a second."
Oh no, no,
Just
no, you gotta raise your hand, ask to use the
nope, nope,
bathroom. No,
nope.
no, no.
No, you can use the bathroom whenever you want. We give you free permission to do that. Just most likely your headset. If you have like headset like in, if you have like your AirPods or something, you probably can still hear. We can't hear you, right? As long as you're on mute. Uh, do your thing. You can still hear it if you want to. I mean,
Uh,
Oh
but
my
crazy.
it's going
goodness.
to be an amazing 2-day event, and we look forward to seeing all of you there.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes. Awesome. So definitely
Fun.
sign on up. This is the first day that people get to sign up. Be one of the first people, okay? Get there, save your seat early, and we're really excited to be able to serve you. You guys, thanks for joining us, Michael and Georgina. But share this. It's been a pleasure to be able to design and organize this event with you guys. It has been so much fun, brainstorming and coming up with the speakers and reaching out to people and connecting with new people that I've never met before and really getting to collaborate with you guys has been incredible. So thanks you guys for joining us, and we will see you soon. Bye, everyone.
Thank you very
Have a great
much.
day. Bye bye.
All right.